very little that I liked, so I was just going to pull up like the Bleacher Report or CBS Sports like review of it, you know.
I think most of this is just going to be payback anyway, so
that, and I think and using rumors. I don't know how you feel about the. I'm gonna lean in whatever direction you're gonna lean in, but I will have my own actual thoughts about the situation at hand.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Let me talk to you.
What up, guys? We're just waiting on Katie. She should be here any minute.
Damn, Justin and Allison were on there quick as fuck. Love that.
They were just waiting for me.
Oh yeah, us. They were waiting for the show to begin.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was us. It was you and I and Katie.
Oh yeah.
What up, Jess?
We're the real trio, Scissor Me Daddy champions.
You see, I got a new friend here.
Hey, you swapped that out.
Yeah.
Instead of the Fiend, you have Funhouse Bray.
He's right here.
Nice. I will say I do like the setup a little bit better, just because you get to see the getting off banners. If you move the chair a little bit into the desk or whatever, you'll be able to see the full logo.
Yeah, see, the problem with that is I can't shorten the chair anymore because my wife bought a cheap fucking chair that I'm using there.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't get it to slide under the desk more because I don't think the height on the desk adjusts either. So it just kind of is what it is.
You could always move the computer chair completely out of frame.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, Will had a healthy bowel movement this morning, so that's always good to know.
Congrats, Will. Let me just find out how far along Katie is. We might get started without her here in like 2 minutes.
We should just call this all-out payback.
I keep sending her the link, forgetting that she can just get in now.
Really? How come?
Yeah. How come what?
How come she just can get in now? She has access
because you told me, hey, Saturdays aren't good for me anymore. So I talked to Travis and got her access so she could just join and help me produce for when you weren't here.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
what's up, Katie? How was the show?
Good. I'm sweating.
Running?
Yeah. Well, and it's hot as fuck. And my air has been off. So, yeah.
No, he didn't. Oh, he didn't poop today, Allison. What up, Ivan?
What is happening? Who didn't poop?
Oh, Vince or Will said he pooped today, and Allison said no, he didn't.
I mean,
Ivan said, "Hey,
I did poop as well." Did you? I went ahead and last week I went ahead and moved all the links over to the Smackin' Raw like banner, so you don't have to switch back and forth between the Creation Conversation one and the Smackin' Raw one. So everything's all there.
Sweet.
Yeah, that'd be easier for everyone.
It's hot and humid as hell. I agree.
Circle of debate or circle of hell by that description.
Well, now I don't have to do shit because I've got Vince running video. I've got Katie running chat. I can just sit here and talk, and you guys got this handled. You got double the producers backstage. This is going to be like back when I didn't have to produce a show at all. This is going to be fantastic. I just hopped on and talked and smiled and made people laugh.
Smile and look pretty.
Smile look pretty, man.
That's what I'm good at.
Smile and live.
House of Ass, question mark?
I didn't do that.
No, I did that. No, I did that. I put question mark because I don't know what the title of the episode is. So
we will find out. I think we're ready. You guys ready to go? Katie, you caught your breath?
I'm good.
Okay. Run the intro.
No, I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to Smack It Raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the number one wrestling podcast on Pornhub, the Smackin It Raw Podcast. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden, Matt Ritter, and I am here with my co-hosts this evening on a bit of a streak. He is Daddy Delgado, the Pornhub Poppy, the Sultan of Spitter Swallow, my friend Vince.
All rise for the Judgment Day, Matt.
And here, fresh off, hopefully what was a better experience than Detroit from Payback. She is host of the She Lead Showcase, Inside the Mind of, In the Crowd, and Storytime with Ms. Katie Kinzy Baby.
Hola.
What are you guys doing?
Sweating.
Yeah, no, we got that part.
So fucking hot.
You got that on the pre-show.
Ah.
You need to like turn your camera off and wipe yourself real quick, clean up.
No, it adds character.
I was gonna say, this isn't Pornhub, so you can't do it live.
That's true. That's true.
Fuck off.
I want to thank everyone who's joining us. We got Justin, Ivan from Circle of Debate, Will and Allison. You know, Justin's from the Get Show podcast, and Mark Mikes. Will and Allison are out here from Rivet City Radio, Botch Spots and Chair Shots, and the Boss Bitch Trivia. All hanging out with us today. We'll get there. Oh, and Kyle's here. I stopped in for Kyle's little pre-show banter, and he decided to come here. I think he just wants to hear what I have to say about CM Punk, and then he's going to turn the fuck off.
Probably.
But if you guys are joining us, I want to thank you for joining us at twitch.tv/creationworld, where if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you can get Prime Gaming. And with Prime Gaming, you get a free subscription every month to Twitch if you link your Twitch account. Costs you absolutely nothing. You give it to your favorite Twitch streamer. Should be me. Us, I guess, at this point, all three of us.
It's a trio.
But any content creator that you love that's doing content on Twitch, because it helps support them, and it takes money out of Jeff Bezos' pocket. And I've got like 12 Amazon packages coming in the next 3 days. So like, give me some of that back. Just give me some of that back.
You always
dude, listen, my wife has an ongoing stream of Amazon packages coming constantly. I need some of that. I need some of that money back. You could also be checking us out at youtube.com/creationworld. I'll let Vince handle it, and I'll stop touching things. I got used to doing it on Creation Conversation, so then I told him he had to do it, and then I went and did it myself. youtube.com/creationworld, where it is free to like, to subscribe, to comment. And Vince, what does that do?
I can't do the will thing, but it's good for the algorithm. Helps boost.
helps the algorithm and helps find new listeners.
Thank you, Katie.
Boost attendance and helps morale.
He's still going. Who's attendance?
Boost attendance.
Our perfect attendance on people's YouTube feed.
Okay, so anyway, the other thing that it's free to do there is to flick that bean up top, that notification bell, get notified every time we go live, whether it is Saturdays for Smackin It Raw, when we do a Getting Off episode. If you can see, you can finally see the Getting Off banner back there behind me, or Monday through Friday, except for holidays like Labor Day, for the Creation Conversation. I think that's it, y'all.
Yeah.
Katie?
Is there?
Are there any news and rumors we might want to talk about?
Oh my god, you know what's crazy? Actually, nothing happened this week. You're never gonna believe it. No, obviously there's a shit ton of stuff. Now, do you want me to start with the Phil things, or do you want me to end with the Phil things?
Is there anything really as important as the Phil things?
I mean,
no,
not as important, but are interesting.
Okay, give me the interesting.
All In will be at Wembley again next year, so they're doing London two years in a row.
I'm probably not even going to be watching AEW at All In next year, so I can give a fuck next.
Okay, there are other people you like in there besides Punk. Don't forget.
We'll get there.
We'll see.
Once Collision becomes Rampage 2.0, I'll be done. But anyway.
Listen, I didn't even get to watch anything that happened with Collision because I was...
Yeah, you were at the show. You can watch it tomorrow. Watch it on tape delay like I've been watching all my wrestling this week.
Will I watch it? No. Our Truth is going to come back soon. He said it on his Instagram that he's coming back soon. We love Our Truth.
We
That's
do love our
good.
truth. Yeah,
We do love our truth.
Love me.
He's a
some
big
Arthur.
Cena fan. I am also a big Cena fan.
Yeah.
That's the GOAT right there.
Childhood hero.
Hello? Who's
What?
coughed?
Either Melissa or your sister, who may or may not be showing up.
Oh no, she's not here. I dropped them off.
Boo. Anyway, Katie, continue, please.
This one's kind of just weird. So do you guys remember AOP?
Yeah.
I do.
Apparently they've been under contract since 2022 and have not been utilized, have not been heard about, nothing. I completely forgot they even got re-signed with the company.
Well, they didn't announce they got re-signed. That was the
Yeah, they
thing. It
did.
wasn't until did they?
I think
Yeah.
they did.
I don't think they did. It was one of those things where like it was a signing right where the Vince McMahon like selling to I forget the company. Help me out here. Words are hard. Endeavor, yeah. Then when the Endeavor sale, yeah, the Endeavor sale happened and stuff. So like Vince McMahon took over somewhat, so people weren't being used again. So weird. Wonder what they.
Crazy.
Yeah. So
Cool. WWE's paying people not to wrestle. Anyway.
All right, let's talk CM Phil. So, at All In It, bruv, there was an altercation between CM Phil and Jungle Boy Jack Perry. What actually happened backstage? Many accounts will tell you many different things. I was not there. I don't fucking know. Words were said. Punches may or may not have been thrown. Somebody may or may not have gotten choken out. Like, this is all speculation. None of us were there. Everyone's going to have their own side of it. It doesn't fucking matter. So that happened. All In was last week. So that happened. And then, we hear the speculations. Oh, there's going to be an investigation because there was a backstage brawl, and apparently Tony Khan, like that said, was afraid for his safety, and Punk apparently lunged at him, saying he quit. Again, all speculation. None of us were there. And today, while I was at Payback, just at the Superstore, minding my own business, hopping on Twitter real quick, I see a statement from AEW and Tony Khan saying Phillip Brooks, they used that man's government name, and they basically were like, yeah, Punk's gone. He's done a lot for the company, but we had to fire him. So Punk is off of the website, no longer a part of AEW. Before Matt goes off, I just hope we're done with all of the stupid drama that people have been talking about for weeks, because it's fucking annoying. I'm on no one's side except it's annoying.
Reek and Travis are in the chat.
Shout out.
Hi, Travis.
I hope I get CM Punk merch on sale now, because there's that was my whole thing. When WWE wrestlers leave WWE, their merch goes on sale. So maybe we can get some Punk merch on sale.
But he's been with AEW and did his merch go on sale when he left, or I'm sorry, got put on suspension the first time?
Yeah.
That was suspension. This is a full-on firing.
All right, kids. Shh. Because I'm not going to say what you think I'm going to say. I'm not going to say what everyone here thinks I'm going to say. I'm not going to lose my shit, because as Travis pointed out, CM Punk went in there and said, I quit, supposedly, right?
Allegedly.
So as a business, generally they say we fired him, we let him go, we did blah, blah, blah. But it may have been what he wanted. He may have been sick of working with fucking children. He's old and tired and sick of working with children. We know this. This is a quote. And he said, fuck it, I don't want to be here anymore. And Tony granted him that release. It is what it is. I have been sick and tired of listening to everybody in the fucking IWC for the last week talk about CM Punk and Jack Perry and Punk's so soft and this and that and blah, 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 and all this dumb shit. It's been driving me insane. So now I know it's not over. I know that, there's going to be defamation. Like, it's going to continue. It's not going anywhere. But thank God that we got some kind of resolution so we can move the fuck on. Now, on the other hand, Tony Khan coming out and saying, I have gone to wrestling shows for 20 years and never once have I feared for my life. Motherfucker, you snort so much coke. No wrestling show, stunt, spot, or altercation should make you fear for your life more than the amount of coke you shovel down your nose on a nightly basis. So you can get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Yeah. I just thought that part was kind of like a little over the top. They're trying to make it seem like it was maybe more than what it was. I'm trying not to be biased. So I will say that Punk didn't handle himself probably the most professional way.
Why?
Or more mature way.
Hold on. No. Wait. Hold on. Why? Because listen, we are in a business where people fake fight for a living and fights break out.
No. That's not where I'm going. Okay, let me get to where I'm trying to get to. I feel like this whole scenario, this does feel to me like it was almost kind of like set up for like Punk to like look bad, like a smear campaign to like get him out of there. And it fucking worked. Punk didn't want to be there. I'm happy that he's no longer in the toxic environment. My whole issue with Punk is that he's made a living and the name off of just shooting at people on the mic and stuff. Hogan's not dead yet. We don't need to thank shit.
Thank you, Reek. I won't be thanking him when he's dead. Trust me, there will be no Smackin It Raw tribute episode to fucking Hulk Hogan. So
no, but yeah. So like CM Punk's main thing is that he would like shoot on people and like take shots on TV, yada yada. But when people took shots at him, he should have taken it with strides. I felt like he took things a little bit too personally. I felt like it's easier said than done to be like, hey, just like turn the other cheek, just like ignore it type of thing. But like that's my only complaint with Punk. It was like the Jack Perry stuff. Like, yeah, he like made a comment or whatever about the real glass, like Cry Me a River stuff. But like that's something that Punk would have said and has said in like various different like promos or like even in-ring stuff. And that's what people loved and gravitated towards him initially. He was known for the guy to drop pipe bombs and stuff. So it's like that was my only issue with the whole situation with Punk. It's like, bro, like you can't really be mad at people for doing the stuff that you were like making a name off of doing. But I will say, however, things only started to escalate when there was speculation that he was the reason why Colt Cabana no longer was employed by AEW. Then he got attacked on the mic, called up on the mic by Hangman. Things continued to escalate. I don't think the way they handled things at All In terms of like the match setup really made any sense. Like you really had Jack Perry come out there and have his match right before CM Punk was going to come out for his match. You're supposed to try to get them away from each other and make sure they don't commingle at any point in time. Then after the Punk match, you have the Elite like wrestling right afterwards with Hangman and Kenny right there. It's like it almost felt like he was put in a situation where it's like, oh, this is gonna like take CM Punk off and make him go off. It was almost kind of like he was baited.
I need to address that, and I also need to address what Travis said. Travis, that's not fucking happening. Not on my watch. Not ever.
To do this one before I put it on screen.
Secondly, like I said, I agree. Punk asked to be let go, and he let go. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about Punk leaving. It is what it is.
Me either.
Ivan, am upset that Tony Khan thought he needed to come out and say that he feared for his fucking life. And that's why he released him, which I feel was a little extra fucking dramatic, and especially from the cokehead. He blinked twice during that whole fucking speech. Like I counted 2 blinks the whole time. His eyes were like peeled the fuck open. It was weird as shit.
They're always like
anyway. And as I said, my whole thing is I'm just pissed off that the IWC made such a big fucking deal about this because people fight. When Jericho and Goldberg got into it, did everyone go up in arms and call Jericho a toxic piece of shit for fighting Goldberg and blah, 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 and calling for Jericho to get fired and all this? No, they didn't. These things happen in wrestling. It's people fake fighting who sometimes get in arguments and get in real fights because it is a aggressive, physical sport. So why does it fucking matter? There are people at my job that I would love to punch in the face every day. Unfortunately, I don't work at a job that allows me to do it without getting fired. In this case, Punk did it one too many times and got fired, and he asked for his release. So like, I'm good with that. I was annoyed by the IWC for, oh my God, Punk's so soft. First off, he may or may not have kicked the Elite's ass. And second off, didn't sound like Jack Perry did shit to him. So
he choked him out. He said what he did.
He is in that case. Yeah, no, he can't fight a UFC fighter. He gets knocked the fuck out. That's a fact. But who can? So like,
yeah, like I was saying, this was not a good week for Punk. Apparently, there were reports that were coming out that apparently they were gonna have like a hash out team meeting between Punk and the Elite during the week, and then the Elite were just like, oh yeah, no, we don't want to do that shit. And then Punk was like, okay, that's annoying. Then like the whole situation with like not having a car service to take him to the arena, getting lost in the middle of London, having to get fans to help him out and stuff like that. It seemed like it was a lot of stuff after another, and then like it felt like the straw that broke the camel's back. I wasn't surprised. I'm not even mad. I'm with Matt here. I'm glad he's gone.
I wouldn't say I'm glad he's gone.
I'm glad he's gone from AEW because it was a bad environment. He was trying to do his best to make it work. You know, at least he was trying to like, hey, reach out to the Elite. I'm like, hey, let's try to hash this out.
I didn't get the chance to click it.
The dinosaur friend is with Christian now.
He's with
as a thing against dead fathers, which is a weird character trait to have.
But here's the thing. I'm not saying I'm not upset that he's gone, because here's the thing. Collision has been my favorite show, and I personally believe that has a lot to do with CM Punk. And I have a feeling now that CM Punk is gone, what Collision has been is not what Collision will be going forward.
No.
And I'm not saying that's because of an absence of Punk on TV. I'm just saying the way, yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did the All-American Nightmare Dragon Jake Long, Bryan Danielson show up on Collision tonight?
I have no idea. I didn't watch it. I was watching.
No, I heard that the Bucks showed up and confronted.
I heard that Bryan showed up for Steamboat.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard too.
That's what I saw. And if that's the case, and if you're gonna have Bryan Danielson, who has been one of their top stars besides getting hurt, and glad he's back, then that's what you can do. Like, you can shift the BCC to both shows. There's enough of them.
You can. However, I don't have faith that they will. I have a feeling now that this is no longer under the banner of Punk, and it's not going to be a priority the way it was. It's going to fall to the wayside. Whereas everyone in AEW that I really cared to watch and enjoyed watching, they featured on Collision pretty much every week. And a lot of those guys are still there. I just don't know that it's going to get the attention. So that's the only thing I'm worried about.
Jesus just confirmed he showed up, and then he's wrestling Ricky tomorrow. Ricky, did you just say Ricky Martin? I could have sworn
tomorrow.
I heard you say Ricky Martin. I'm like,
this isn't a FedEx thing. No, Ricky tomorrow. But enough about that. I'm happy it's over. Hopefully, we can let it the fuck go and move on. Like, that's all I've been asking.
They're not going to let it go. I will say, as much as I don't give a flying fuck about the situation, I haven't from the jump. Punk just is needed to be gone, or everyone needed to be gone in the situation. The memes have been the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. That's what's making it fun, is the memes that people are making. I've seen a lot about Cash Wheeler and Guns about it, because that whole thing. People are. I hate Twitter and I love Twitter at the exact same time for this reason.
Shout out to Grayson Waller. I am not the biggest Grayson Waller guy out there, but he did post a picture afterwards, like trying to ice his face with a Pepsi can, talking about like Jay unprovokedly attacked me on my own show. He should be terminated or should be fired or whatever.
We got from Grayson Waller what we were trying to get from Vince when Katie was in Chicago, but she didn't show up kicking that door in and whoop his ass live on air.
I had a migraine.
Biggest missed opportunity in podcast history.
You act like I'll never be in Chicago again.
That's true.
Yeah, but you're assuming
money, so.
But you're assuming I will be living at my current location when you come back to Chicago.
I will find you. Don't worry.
Okay, Liam
I will find you and I will rule you. Sorry. Let's move on to Spits and Swallows. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think we all talked. Dynamite is not going to get a lot of love tonight. I don't watch Rampage, and I did not watch Collision, so there's going to be very little AEW from me tonight. I know Katie also felt like she didn't dig Dynamite too much.
Not as much. I did watch Rampage. There was one thing I really liked about Rampage that I will talk about. Both of you, all of you
have the
stop touching
banners. When Katie's talking, I've got the comments. When I'm talking, Katie's got the comments. You got the banners and the videos.
For fuck's sake.
Well, we'll talk
Jesus.
about this off screen. Continue, Katie. Sorry.
I mean, that was mainly it. I also didn't watch Collision because I was elsewhere. I was busy.
So, just so you know, not a whole lot of AEW tonight. Also, there's not going to be a lot of anything but Payback because wrestling really didn't do it for me this week. I don't know if it was because I was in a bad mood from listening to you guys all bitch about CM Punk for weeks on the week, and I just didn't want to. I just wasn't feeling a lot of wrestling this week, so I got a spit, and that spit for the week is the same spit that I have every fucking week. Ladies and gentlemen, I am spitting Riddle existing. Dragging Drew ringside, the New Day losing to Viking Raiders, and Woods catching an office chair to his cockpit. Listen, man is injured, man down, and this is his fault because he went backstage and he's like, no, you guys should be a tag team. We'll call you Mick Riddle, and he co-signed that shit. He shipped Drew and Riddle, and he should know from the last time he got injured and all of the ranting and raving I've been doing that the curse of Riddle is a real thing, and he sucked himself into it, took a chair to the cocksucker, and now he's out.
Cervical sprain. They don't know how long he's going to be out.
So it's legit injury.
Getting
It's a
plowed
legit
in the
injury?
mouth. Yeah, it's a legit injury.
Oh damn.
Yeah, he's legit injured.
Can you imagine getting plowed in the mouth so hard it fucks up your spine? Taking one to the mouth so hard it fucks up your spine. Couldn't be me.
It went
Crazy
indeed.
what
It went indeed.
I mean, I almost said something I didn't want to say. Never mind. We're moving on.
Fuck off.
Oh, man.
I'll tell you what that was after the show.
After the
Remind me.
fact. I will.
All right.
Make a note.
Anyway, Vince, spit or swallow.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go and start off with Dynamite and get everything out of the way that I did want to go ahead and mention. I am gonna go ahead and swallow the Adam Cole segment where the ghost of Adam Cole's past came to haunt him in the form of Roderick Strong, Matt Taven, and Mike Bennett. I like specifically the comments from Matt Taven where he's like, "This is who you are. Like, I've accepted that this is who you are." You're essentially called him a groupie because like you joined the kingdom to get your name out there and try to expose yourself to like the mass or whatever. Try to get that merch money by joining Bullet Club, and then afterwards you had all our friends, i.e. The Undisputed Era, help you retain your championship for as long as you did down in NXT. Then he came over here and latched out to Max and tried to do this fucking fantastic tag team and Better Than You, baby. And I like that this was being called out. I like it. I'm not really a Matt Taven guy. I don't really know much of Matt Taven or see much of his work. I do like Mike Bennett, mostly due to the work that I saw him do in Impact. Mike
Kanellis Bennett.
Mike Kanellis Bennett. Thank you.
It was just Mike Kanellis.
Anyway, both him and I like that Roddy is just so fucking ridiculous. It's like it's so ridiculous. I am enjoying it, but I like that whole segment. I thought that was really good. This is going to be something that Adam can do in the meantime until he circles back to the AEW championship because he should be AEW champion at some point. But I'm gonna swallow that because it was one of the few things that was actually good on the show.
All right,
He would be a homie hopper, not a groupie, but that's
okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Homie hopper.
And I love that for him.
Yes, homie hopper.
Good for him.
No, I'm with that. I also am swallowing it just because really we didn't get MJF, and Adam and MJF are the best part of Dynamite every week. So this was kind of like a consolation prize for me.
Yeah.
On a show that I only liked 3 things about and didn't have any spits for. But what I have down is Broke Neck Roddy, Mike Kanellis, and that Ivan Ooze looking motherfucker who I didn't know who he was until Katie told me that that's who Matt Taven was. I've heard the name, but I honestly couldn't pull him out of a lineup.
You said Ivan Ooze.
Yeah, dressed in purple. I was going to go with Barney, but there was no green. I'll tear into Adam. Adam says MJF is his best friend. Roddy cries like a bitch. starts going on about like how he's Kurt Angle and he's gonna win gold with a broken freaking neck or some dumb shit. Ain't happening.
Funny. So funny.
He fucking wishes.
Yeah. So no, swallow. I'm with you.
It was good. It was good.
It was okay. It would have been better with Max, and it would have been better if they had gone and done something fun before we got there. But
well, Max was in Paris banging rats. I don't know what to tell you. His words, not mine.
he's still my scumbag.
He's still my scumbag.
So he's just into bestiality, is what you're telling
That's
ring rats, not actual
Ring
rats.
rats.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Jesus.
Okay.
Katie, spit or swallow.
I'm swallowing Rhea fucking Ripley for a multitude of reasons. Who's surprised? Raise your hand.
Are you going to get into what happened tonight?
Listen.
What specific about Rhea are you swallowing? Because there's a lot to swallow from.
Hold on.
Hold on.
My thought was we would do the spits and swallows for the week, and then we would just talk payback. So,
I mean, it's just everything about her this week. She was on every show besides SmackDown.
True.
That
And Dynamite.
for WWE, Vince. But that's my leader of Judgment Day right there.
That is the leader of Judgment Day.
The leader, but my personal leader. I will let that woman do anything.
Bouncy boss.
Well, she is, because she threatened Finn and Damian on Raw. It's like, if you don't get the job done, there's gonna be changes around here.
I'm not even listening to Vince because there's something I need to say. I was on a hard cams, or I was on TV side, so I just saw Rhea's back the entire time, and it's a great day to be me.
I was more focused on her front. I mean, don't get me wrong, her back looks fantastic.
I didn't really get to see her front,
but I was watching, and she's jumping up and down, and everything's natural, and it moves naturally, and I was fairly impressed.
So is the bottom half.
Oh yeah, the bottom half is absolutely all natural. And those shorts were doing a lot, and
love her. It's not fair.
But we'll talk. The only thing about this I didn't enjoy, because Vince brought up how she threatened Damian and Finn and said, if you guys don't walk away with gold at Payback, there are going to be some changes around here. Was her getting her ass whipped by Raquel on Raw?
Yeah, that was disrespectful.
But we all know how that turns out when someone ends up on top. We'll get there. We'll talk about it. Any more thoughts on Rhea before we move on?
No, I'll save it. Allison hasn't watched Payback yet.
Well,
and
we're saving it for you.
Kyle.
Right on cue.
I mean, I don't disagree with them.
I mean,
I know some people have not been in love with this, but I actually really enjoyed the segment with Becky and Zoe putting on a show on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
And ending with Becky holding up the Bray armband in victory and crying. Also, what we got tonight that we're going to talk about. It was hopefully a nice way to end this Trish feud. In a good way, because that match that she had with Zoe was fantastic to main event and close out Raw, the tribute to Bray at the end, and then all of that. So swallowing Becky versus Zoe on Raw.
Hell yeah.
It was a really good main event. The only thing I'm gonna spit is like Trish accidentally almost about to knock out Zoe when she kept tossing chairs recklessly.
Amazing. It was Zoe's reaction when she gets hit in the face with the chair. She's just like, bro, what the fuck? And like they played it off so perfectly. That was
it was played off well. Yeah, I just like
great.
She just kept tossing shit like without even looking.
That's what you gotta do sometimes. Just pop it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Vince, spit or swallow?
Gonna go back to Dynamite, and the other thing that I liked about it was the AEW Trios Champions, the Acclaim and Daddy Ass, coming down to the ring, having a nice little rap in there, making innuendo jokes about how Billy Gunn has a bigger pair of scissors than Max Caster, cut the ribbon, showcased a brand new Trios Championships with a pink strap that actually scissor each other. Them making jokes about how Billy Gunn, now he can scissor himself. So I'm swallowing the new titles. I'm going to swallow the whole House of Ass. I love all of it. So.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was so turned off by Dynamite, and when I was informed last week that at All In, or not last week, it was earlier this week by Will or Katie in the chat, that House of Black lost the trios titles to the Ass Boys. I completely tuned out. I didn't see the belts. I didn't listen to the rap. I didn't pay attention because House of Black should be forever champions. No one should beat them. They should never lose. And this is some bullshit. Especially after doing the tribute they did to Bray and then losing. I'm not okay with it. Forever champs.
Yeah, but they scissor.
Okay.
And they're pink.
So do lesbians.
Not
and
just
so are
lesbians.
Not just lesbians.
No, just lesbians.
Who else scissors?
Everybody scissors.
I don't think two guys scissoring would work the way.
Hey, I'm not a dude. I don't know. I've never done it.
I'm just thinking of the logistics, and I don't think it works that way. I feel like there's going to be a lot of nut crunching, and
maybe they're into that. We don't kink shame.
Maybe.
We don't know. We don't know.
So yeah, I can't agree with you because I was very tuned out.
Okay, I'm gonna show you the titles. Look at the titles.
Oh, I saw the picture.
You saw how they scissor?
Yeah.
And you still don't like the titles?
Well, no, because they should be on House of Black.
Well, the House of Black aren't scissoring each other. If they were,
well, I'm not saying scissor titles should be on House of Black. I'm saying those titles should be on House of Black, and there should be no scissor titles.
The trios titles in general.
Yeah. Let them go beat FTR and get their tag titles back and make scissoring tag titles. I'm cool with that.
No, but they're trying to get a title for Billy Gunn.
Fuck Billy Gunn.
I would if I could.
Fuck daddy ass. He retired. He quit. You don't get to come. I mean, you do. It's wrestling, but you don't get to come back and win titles after you left like a bitch.
Yeah, daddy ass retired for about a week, and then badass Billy Gunn was at All In, and then daddy ass was like, "I'm back." That's not how that fucking works, Billy.
And Taekwondo's here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bumping dicks can work. Ball bouncing, nut cracking. House of Black and Scissor. Just watch gay ebony porn.
The more you know.
There it is. There it is. But yeah,
I'm assuming House of Black is the title of that porn, and Taekwon's watched it a few times. So recommendations in the chat. I'd rather see House of Black hold the titles. It is what it is. He got his Hall of Fame induction. He don't need anything else. He didn't need a trios title. The fuck.
I needed to see those trios titles. I loved them. I popped hard.
I'm sure you did, right in your pants. Katie, spit or swallow?
I'm gonna swallow.
And this is why your sister can't come on the show. Not yours, his.
I was like, my sister is not here. I'm gonna swallow Chad Gable versus Ludwig Kaiser because Chad Gable deserves all the fucking respect in the goddamn world. That man is a star. Wouldn't it just be a silly, goofy thing? I said this on my show a few weeks ago. Silly, goofy thing for WWE. Less than a week, 5 days before Gunther breaks the record, and they just put it on Chad Gable. How? I want to. You know what? Fuck it. I want negativity. I want the world to fucking explode.
Okay, TC Fontaine.
TC wants thrive off negativity. I will thrive off this. Mostly because Chad Gable has earned it at this point. He's earned a title. I thought it was going to happen at Payback. It didn't. If it happens on Monday, I'm not going to be mad at it.
They're too close to the record. If Gunther had already became the longest reigning IC champion, surpassed Honky Tonk, I would say, yeah, at that point you could probably get the title on Chad, but I don't think so.
But like,
not on the Raw.
Crazier things have happened on a Monday Night Raw.
You see, Allison, never, because every time he's left like a bitch, he's left with the title. He didn't come back and win one.
That's true.
So, never has he left like a bitch and then got a title. He always left with it and then came back, made more money, sold more merch, got more people on TV, put butts in seats. You're not turning me against this guy. It ain't gonna happen. I've been Team Punk since the go, and I always will be. That man got provoked, and he handled his business like he should. And anyone that didn't like it should have shut their fucking mouth and not stepped. Plain and simple. He got fired. He asked for it. He's gone.
Allegedly.
It is what it is.
This is all allegedly.
Allegedly.
We don't fucking know what the hell happened.
No, I was there.
Well, no, I mean, he got fired for whatever happened.
Oh, well, yeah, he got fired.
That's
I meant
not
like the
alleged. He's
whole him
gone.
saying he quit.
gone.
then. Like, we
He
don't
gone.
know.
He gone.
And it is what it is. But you're never going to turn me against him. And never once did he leave and then get a title. He always left with the belts, including the AW belts.
There you go.
I also don't think he should get fired. I think they
She's
should
just
just let him
trying to-
fight it out.
Everybody fight. Fist fight.
Everybody
Facts.
fine. That we can agree on.
I honestly, up until Monday, wasn't really feeling the Seth Shinsuke Nakamura shit, but Monday really put it over the top for me.
Really?
Dude, you know why? Because of what happened tonight. Because they keep building this man up and nothing happens for him. He gets nowhere. He wins nothing. We'll get into it.
When we get to Payback, I have a question about what the ending actually was.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
It was
I
a
don't know.
it was a slick finish.
No, I meant like the end of the show.
I know what she means. So Seth calls out Shin, talks his shit. Shin doesn't show up. And then just as Seth's like, fuck it, all right, he's not showing up. Shin hits him with a video package about how he's going to destroy the man, not just beat the champion. Seth gets pissed that was all he got. Starts going off on Shinsuke, not being the man that he used to be, not being the guy from New Japan. Says his broke back won't stop him from winning Saturday, just like it didn't stop him from winning the belt. And Shin comes in with a sneak attack and leaves Rollins laying.
Broke back Seth, broke back Mountain. It's all there.
That's why I said it exactly that way.
You're welcome. I got it right here. No, I love the stuff they were doing with Shin and Seth. Also, the fact that Seth had the Fiend side plate on his belt.
Yes, swallowing that for sure.
Beautiful. Beautiful tribute. But like, I agree with you. Again, we'll talk about it. It's building them up, and then we get nothing. But I loved how this presentation of Shinsuke has been. Like, letting him cut promos in Japanese and just putting up the subtitles. The video packages were incredible. Like, it's good. And it's what they should have been doing.
Good.
Good shit. Such good shit.
Okay. So, chat, vote, title, episode 238, House of Ass. Mind you, if you title it House of Ass, I'm going to need something from Rhea tonight from the pay-per-view as the thumbnail, Vince.
Okay.
Or Brokeback Champ.
I'm ready.
Episode 308, Brokeback Champ or House of Ass. Who's begin to vote?
I thought we were also gonna throw in PWO as an option.
Why did you think that?
Because of what? Because you thought it.
I thought about Pussy World Order.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Was it Pittsburgh? I
said Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Wow, I was completely wrong because when Vince said it and he goes, "Those PWO shirts are tight," I was like, "Oh, instead of LWO, it's PWO for like Puerto Rican World Order because, okay." And then didn't even cross my mind that it was Pittsburgh.
It's fine.
So
it's also 2 votes for Brokeback Champ.
PWO is also an option.
I will write that
What
down.
about All Out Payback?
No, that is
now
not an
you're
option.
just asking for too many.
That is not an option. There's no innuendo in that title.
No, there isn't, but it covers a little bit of everything.
I don't give a fuck about that. We're here for the sex jokes, Vince. That's what people watch us for. Not our in-depth analysis of moves like the Kahacha Jajasame that Taz does, whatever the fuck he calls it, or the alley drivers, or whatever the fuck Warren Hayes says.
Sorry.
That's not why they're here. They're here to hear me make dirty jokes about sex and have a laugh. So
And shoulders.
I don't remember where we're at, so I'm going to finish off Raw. I'm going to swallow JD getting put on his ass by Damian Priest for helping, and then also getting dropped by KO and Sammy while Priest just And then obviously, JD getting put on his ass by Priest for helping him get a win, and then dropped by KO and Sammy while Priest watches. And then Sammy and KO making it a Steel City street fight, because apparently that's what Pittsburgh is the Steel City.
We are the Steel City. That is correct.
You didn't know that?
Not from fucking Pittsburgh. I don't know what the fuck they are.
I knew that's what.
We're the Windy City. We're the second city. We're a lot of things. We're important.
That's why they're called that's why their football team is called the Steelers. Because
I guess that makes sense.
Well,
I just thought they stole a lot of shit.
Hey, what the fuck?
I mean, Ben Roethlisberger. Anyway.
Hey, we don't. I don't.
Whoa.
Hey, yo, take it easy.
Yo.
I'm talking about Roethlisberger here.
Not in the bathroom stall. We don't. So yeah, JD McDonough getting put on his ass by Damian Priest because he's top heavy. He's got that big ass bobblehead, so he's easy to go down.
Bobbleheaded fuck.
My sister tonight, she was like, "Why?" Like, still, like, I don't understand why his head is so big. And then my youngest sister's like, "It's because he's got a lot on his mind."
I
Fucking
feel
died last week.
so bad for his mother to have to push that out, man. Like,
Well, he had to grow into it. He still has.
No. I mean,
It wasn't that big when he was born.
You're born with a big head.
I know. I was a big-headed baby, and my head is fine now. Please don't say anything.
I wasn't going to.
You both paused and didn't say anything.
I thought you were.
I'm just saying, his mom was probably split the whole way down the alphabet, A to V.
Now, you don't gotta say all that. It could have been a C-section. We don't know.
It probably had to be.
Well, that does fall between A and V. So,
is that the section you were sitting in tonight? Was the C-section?
No.
You can tell everyone now because they can't find you there now. They can't come up to you. You're not there anymore. It's over. But
No, it was section 102, row G, seat 3.
oh, you were in the G section. Look at you.
I'm a G. What can I say? That's where I always sit now when I go, is that section. Because it's much easier than dealing with everyone else.
Certified G.
Yep.
And a
Justin's got
bona
your
fide
back.
stud.
And you can't teach that.
See?
Vince,
Like
spit or
where he was
swallow.
going.
I'm gonna go back to Raw. The only other good thing that has yet to be mentioned was I very much enjoyed The Miz dressed up as LA Knight. He's very good. He dressed up as The Rock. He's dressed up as John Cena. Now he's dressed up as LA Knight. You know, I thought it was good. I thought it was entertaining. He did a really good impression of LA Knight.
Almost as good as Mizdow did of him. So, like,
Yeah, and I did
he's
like
almost as good as Damian Mizdow.
almost as good. And I like how LA Knight did make a mention of Mizdow in like his promo of the Miz last week, not this week, but last week, or was it this week? I can't recall. But yeah, Soling the Miz, I thought he was pretty funny. That's why him in the in-ring work aspect of him, but you know, outside the ring, he's very entertaining.
I mean, well, we're not there. We'll get to payback.
Yeah.
I don't want to, put my horse cock before the cart or whatever it is.
Fucking idiot.
Katie, spit or swallow.
I hate you. God, sorry. I'm swallowing the Creeds versus I guess
Buck.
Dyad.
Yes.
Julius Creed is not fucking human. That man did a one-armed power bomb. What?
No, continue. I'm sorry. We're focusing on the wrong Creed here, but go ahead.
No, I was getting to Brutus. That happened first. I'm going in chronological order. Julius Creed, not human. Brutus Creed, sure as fuck, is not human. Man's ripped off the cage door like it was nothing.
Shout out to Kane in the very first Hell in a Cell doing the same thing.
That was like, see, we all knew they were in the masks. We knew. And like,
I did.
I'm glad. I'm glad they let that happen for a few weeks and let the dissension slowly happen and schism and whatever. But the fact that the Creeds are probably one of the best tag teams, if not like top 2 tag teams right now, that are actually wrestling in WWE in general, these boys are ridiculous in the best way possible, and I love it.
We could be having Creeds versus AOP versus Gallus, and y'all are just dropping the ball. But
Yeah.
Katie was mostly correct. There is a Creed, and he is a monster, and it's not because he ripped a cage door off. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this tag team porno match featured Brutus Creed getting gang-banged pre-match, leaving his brother for a devil's three-way inside a cage, right? And despite getting gang-banged on the floor and carried to the back like an episode of Black, he comes back out and he rips the door off to get him some more. He wasn't done. It wasn't enough. Meanwhile, as Katie said, like the pro that he is, 2 men, 1 time, no problem. Julius Creed had that shit at the same damn time. The Creeds get the win. They get their jobs back. Ava Rain looks very disappointed and just says fuck it and leaves them after the loss.
She
So
said,
I'm going to go talk to my dad and find out what the fuck I did wrong here.
She's like, Dad.
This is not working out. Yeah, no, all about the tag team porno match.
See,
I liked it. I liked the bits and pieces that I saw of the match.
Gangbangs and threesomes?
Yeah, I'm all for gangbangs and threesomes, as long as
Who
there's
is
only one dick involved.
well, it was all dick.
It was all dick. Yeah, it was 3
So,
dicks.
so you're saying you didn't like it then?
Perhaps, yeah. A little too much dickage.
You can never have too much dickage, Vince.
See, conversations like
Brutus got way more dickage than Julius did.
we just have a good time over here, don't we?
Yes, popping those rhino pills from the gas station.
You tried those out, Vince?
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
I'll let you know.
So
I'll let you know.
you're saying there's a chance. All right, Vince, spit or swallow.
I'm gonna stay on NXT, and I'm gonna swallow the concept of the Global Heritage Cup Invitational. The competitors in the match, I like the group format of it. So Group A, you have Tyler Bate representing England, Butch representing England, Charlie Dempsey representing the United States, Axiom representing Spain. Group B, you have Joe Coffey with Scotland, Duke Hudson, Australia, Kyoto Zawa from Japan, and Nathan Frazier representing Jersey in the Channel Islands. The way the format is set up, it's exactly how the G1 climax is. It's like every single win is a point. If you get a tie, it's like 1 point, 2 points, 0 points. The one with the most points wins. I like it. This is really cool. This is actually what they do in soccer when they do like tournaments and stuff like that. This is exactly the similar type rules. So watching this, knowing how this actually works out in not only wrestling but in soccer, I thought it was pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to it. And so far, like, solid for me. Do I care that they're going to be facing Noam Dar for the Heritage Cup? Not necessarily, no. But I think this is a very interesting concept for like a tournament.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. If you want to watch round robin tournaments, go fucking watch New Japan. In my personal opinion, I think they're stupid. I hate them. I cannot stand them. And the fact that this is for a number 1 contender for the what?
Heritage Cup.
The UK Heritage Cup.
It's the
NXT UK Heritage Cup. That's what the fuck it is. That's where it came from. That's what it was. And you've got guys from Japan and America and all over the fucking world competing for the UK Heritage Cup is fucking stupid in my head.
Well, it's no
like
longer the
having,
UK.
It's
no
kind of
longer
like
UK,
having an Atlantic championship and having people who don't live on the Atlantic wrestling for the fucking title.
That's now why it's the International Championship.
Yeah, I bitched about it enough and they changed it.
Yeah, and they changed they changed the
don't-
Heritage Cup too. It's no longer the UK Heritage Cup. It's the NXT Global Heritage Cup. It's NXT now. It's no longer.
I've never heard them say global until this
Never once.
tournament was.
So yeah, so it's the Global Heritage Invitational is the name of the tournament, but the cup now is the NXT Heritage Cup.
It's dumb. I don't like it personally. I'm glad you do. I hope you enjoy it. I will not be giving any positive reviews, not to any of the matches that we had tonight, because I can't stand this new fucking Tyler Bate. He sucks. You can keep him. Tyler Bate, the hippie Tyler Bate that would be a Riddle tag team partner on the main roster, not fucking feeling it. I wanted old Tyler Bate versus Butch, or didn't get it. Was not as good as TakeOver Chicago. Not feeling it. Not for me.
We still have a
personally.
chance.
And HBK is cross-eyed, so he just can't see the UK part. That's why he just calls it that.
That's fucked up.
Let's try.
Would you like to say something, Katie, or?
All I was gonna say was, I would like to see Butch and Baby Regal fight again. Which I saw somebody tweet. Charlie Dempsey is the most British American or something. It's basically like Timothy Thatcher. Like, we all thought he was British, but he's actually just American.
Because of his fucked up teeth. That's why.
Well, yeah, but like Charlie Dempsey, he's like, oh, representing the United States. I'm like, what? The fuck?
Well, his dad is William Regal, so he's British.
But like, why is he representing the United States? Just because he was born here?
I'm assuming that he was born here, that William at least banged one American woman, so he's probably half American biologically.
But like,
Yes.
But like, I saw that and I was like, see, they get it. Because I kind of agree.
Me and my buddy John had like a whole argument because he's like, he was talking about Chris Jericho being Canadian, and I'm like, he's from fucking New York. He was born in New York, but his parents are Canadian. I'm like, yeah, he was born in New York. His dad played for the New York Rangers. He was born in America. He's got dual citizenship, but he's from fucking New York. He's not from Canada. He wasn't born there. Like, we had a whole back and forth about where you're born and how that during the pay-per-view. It was a whole ongoing thing. I'm going to swallow the women's fatal four-way to close out NXT.
That's good.
Kinky Kiana gets the win. Unfortunately, in my personal opinion, it should have been Gigi, is what it is. I also would have taken Roxanne Perez. Love getting my rocks off. Kiana's cool. I don't know how that works because her and Tiffany are basically the same person, wrestling each other. One's just a brunette and the other's a blonde, and heel. So we'll see how that goes. But it was a good match. I enjoyed it. Nice way to close out NXT.
I was surprised to see the result being Kiana James as the winner, but then after I thought about it, I'm like, this kind of makes sense because if you have Cora or Roxanne paired up with Tiffany Stratton,
Gigi
you would think, yeah, sorry, I said Cora, Gigi or Roxanne. The idea would be that they take the title off of Tiffany Stratton. But I think they want to keep adding more wins in the win column for Tiffany Stratton before they take the title off of her. So maybe that's all this is just another win. Just like that's exactly what Chad Gable is for Gunther. Another win before he breaks the streak. Before he breaks the record.
If
he's going to. That's like so much a foregone conclusion, like Rhea successfully defending against.
We're not there. Katie, spit or swallow.
I'm gonna swallow Lola Vice and Electra Lopez.
I'm spitting.
Who the fuck did they face? Oh yeah, Dana and Kalani. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really watch the match. I only watched the entrance.
Hold on. There is a segment with the Street Profits and your NXT Tag Team Champions, the Don and Stacks, which featured three beautiful women brawling through the back of that, and you're spitting it somehow?
I'm spitting I'm spitting the fact that Lola Vice changed her gear up because now she has kind of like that like Beth Phoenix type gear where it's kind of like the front and like the pants, and before like the gear before it was just so much better because it was just like the trunks.
Maybe she wanted to change.
I'm not supporting that change.
I mean, we've seen women go from trunks to shorts before, except for Bailey. She just won't do shorts. But like Rhea's done tights and shorts, and Gigi's done tights and shorts. Like maybe it was just a 1 week thing.
Oh no, she's been ever since she started pairing up with Electra Lopez. She changed her gear to what she has now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a consistent thing. I've been paying attention.
But I agree, Katie, because along with that, the Street Profits pop down to chill with Mello and the Don, who are hanging out talking because, champ things. Mello says he's got to get that asterisk off his record and leaves. Dana and Kilani brawl with Lola and Electro right into the segment, which distract what I was very, very, very worried about might end up being Street Profits versus the Don and Stacks for the tag team titles. I thought they might be pushing towards that, hinting at that, leaning that way. And I'm like, thank God these women came through and broke it up before a challenge was laid down, because I love the Don and Stacks. I don't think they want the smoke, especially with Bobby back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave the gun and take the cannoli.
Exactly.
I forget. That's funny.
Vince, spit or swallow.
I'm gonna swallow John Cena coming out to SmackDown, then having an interaction with Jimmy Uso, making a return. I thought that was a really nice back and forth exchange. Jimmy had a brand new theme song. Fucking loved it. A lot of people said it was sampled from Roman Reigns' theme song. I can see how it has some similarities, but I didn't feel like it was a sample. I really liked his new theme song compared to his brother's, but we'll talk about his brother later. Yeah, Cena on SmackDown, it was just great. I liked everything about it. It popped me. It was one of the few good things on SmackDown.
I got that too. Swallow. Cena kicks off SmackDown. He's hosting Payback. Jimmy interrupts, has new music. Jimmy starts trashing Cena, says that he and Roman are exactly alike. They both take. Cena just takes it with a smile on his face. Pause. Cena drops Jimmy with a FU, attitude adjustment, whatever you want to call it. For some reason, I wrote down F5, and that's not what that was. Also in the back, AJ, because Jimmy interrupts Michin trying to have a chat with Adam Pearce, comes up and he's like, nobody fucking wants you here. Get the fuck out of here, which he was doing. He was leaving. You could have just let him leave, but you didn't. Things get heated. AJ puts Jimmy on his ass. Solo blindsides AJ. We got AJ versus Solo. Jimmy shows up, costs AJ the match. Looks like he's still resisting Roman. Maybe not. Who fucking knows? I'm confused. And honestly, at this point, I don't care what's going on with the bloodline anymore. They've officially pushed this too far for me to give a fuck anymore.
Did you catch when Solo did say to Jimmy, he's like, Jimmy, you're out of bloodline when you say you're out of the bloodline. Or when
we say,
yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah.
No, it's like, I don't give a fuck anymore.
I thought, I don't know if that was the case or not, but I hope it was. Like the whole Jimmy Uso, the way he was acting towards Adam Pearce, and then later got confronted by AJ Styles. I was really hoping that was a reference to like the CM Punk stuff, because that would be so funny if it was.
I hope
so
it's
funny
because I'm just so fucking done with it. No, Jimmy shows up, he helps Solo get the win, and then they're all like, he's about to get thumbed by his brother, and then Paul's like, don't thumb your brother, and then he held up the one, so I don't know if he was with them, but like I'm so confused, and this got so convoluted. I'm just out.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the other thing we're going to talk about, though, because it hopefully is far and away from that.
I would hope so.
Hey, Vince, I think it's about that time.
What time?
For us to talk about patreon.com/creationworld, where for $1 you get 2 amazing shows. You hear me talk about it all the time. It is the entire catalog of Return to Wrestling. from the first episode we did covering the very first Nitro into its first pay-per-view after the debut of Nitro, all the way through the latest episode, which is 1998, Sold Out. And with that dollar, you get all of those episodes, everything from 1995 to where we're at in 1998, plus a new episode every month for that dollar, as well as for the same dollar, not a different dollar, not another dollar, not an additional dollar, $1 holla, you get Multiverse with Travis and Mara as well, and the entire catalog of them going through watching DC animated films and breaking them down and comparing them to the comics and doing all sorts of cool shit. So whether you're a DC animated film fan or just a comic book fan in general, or you're a wrestling fan and you grew up on the 90s, or maybe you didn't, maybe you're a Gen Zer and you don't even know what the fuck the 90s are, and you say things like you were born in the 1900s, but you're like, hey, what's this WCW thing everyone keeps talking about? Because I was born after it went out of business. Go ahead and check it out. Get learned on why Hulk Hogan sucks so bad for a little bit more money. And if you go to that link right there, you'll find out just how much. I'm not going to spoil it for you. No spoilers here, ladies and gentlemen. You can get this show ad-free. That means all of our shows ad-free, whether it's Gracious Conversation, Smackin It Raw, Getting Off, anything that we do. If you're like, I'm so sick of ads, I don't want to, give us a little money. You don't have to watch ads. All the streaming services do it. Why can't we? But if you are watching us live, and we appreciate you over at Twitch and YouTube and even Facebook.com, we do have ads. We have sponsors that are fucking awesome. Travis is going to run in here and tell you all about them. Right? I got it, Vince. About now.
Spice things up in the bedroom, then it's time to check out Adam and Eve. Did you see Adam and Eve is the leading adult toy store that offers a wide range of products to help you explore your sexual desires. Whether you're looking for something to use solo or with a partner, they have everything you need to satisfy your cravings. From vibrators to lingerie, bondage gear to lubricants, AdamandEve.com has it all. And the best part, you can shop with confidence, knowing that all their products are of high quality and backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. That means whether you bought a dildo, sex swing, penis ring, vibrator, anal sex toy, bondage toy, couples toy, lube, or accessory, you can get a refund within 90 days if you're not 100% satisfied. No questions asked. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Adam and Eve is giving you 50% off almost any item on their website. That's right, 50% off. And if you act now, you'll also get free shipping. So go to adamandeve.creationworld.com and use the offer code erotica at checkout. That's erotica at adamandeve.creationworld.com for 50% off almost any item and free shipping. Don't wait. This offer won't last very long. The link is in the description. Attention dog lovers. Are you looking for high quality products to spoil your furry friend? Then you need to check out dog.com. Because you see, dog.com is the go-to online store for all your dog-related needs. They offer a huge selection of dog food, treats, beds, and more. Plus, they have products for all types of dogs, from puppies to seniors and everything in between. And the best part, you can shop with confidence knowing that all their products are made with your dog's health and happiness in mind. Dog.com only stocks top-rated brands that you can trust, so you can rest easy knowing your dog is getting the best. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Dog.com is doing a big warehouse clearance sale. And all you have to do is go to dog.creationworld.com and you can get up to 80% off on all sorts of items like toys, treats, bones, harnesses, bowls, leashes, and anything else you can think of. So go to dog.creationworld.com and take advantage of this sale right now. Spoil your furry friend with the best products from dog.creationworld.com today. Link is in the description. Are you tired of feeling sluggish and unfocused throughout the day? Then it's time to try DUBBY, the ultimate energy source. DUBBY is a powerful clean energy drink that is designed to help you stay alert and focused no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're a student, a busy professional, an athlete, or especially a gamer, DUBBY can give you the boost you need to take on the day or the night. It also contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. And the best part, DUBBY is made with high quality ingredients and is completely sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and is keto-friendly. So you can enjoy the energy boost without any of the crash, jitters, or angst that comes with traditional energy drinks. Simply mix DUBBY with water and you'll have a delicious, refreshing energy drink that can help you power through your entire day. And with a variety of flavors to choose from, including Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dragonade, you're sure to find one that you love. So go to dubby.creationworld.com and order your DUBBY today. And for a limited time, use code Creatia at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's Creatia at dubby.creationworld.com for 10% off. Try DUBBY today and feel the difference. The link is in the description.
I got to give a little love to the women. First and foremost, the hands down best part of Dynamite, Toni Storm's interview with Renee. I love the diva actress, Marilyn Monroe-esque gimmick with the way she does her hair, the way she dresses, her over-dramatization of everything that happened and how Ruby left her and Saraya turned her back on her and she has no one to trust. She lost all her friends. She said Wembley went tits up. Love the term. Wembley went tits up. And also, she said she can't even throw her shoe, or she can't even trust her shoes, and then whips her shoe at Renee's head. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely loved it. I'll unmute you guys so you can talk.
Yeah, thanks. It is the best thing. What Toni is doing is incredible. I love it so much. Like it fits her. Just everything about her. People were talking about how like her nails haven't even been filled in weeks, and she's just this distressed diva from like the fucking 30s, and it's incredible. Everything, the fashion, the hair, the makeup, the way she talks, throwing shoes at people. 10 out of 10. I love Toni Storm.
Big fan.
Big fan.
It's funny stuff because as much as I always have loved Toni Storm aesthetically and in the ring, I feel like she's never really had a character per se that you can really sink your teeth into that just like was entertaining you outside the ring. And this is the first time
you want to sink your teeth into, and none of them were her character.
No, exactly. Now one of them is her character, which is great to see. So I'm happy for her.
Are you talking?
Yeah, I agree, Vince. No, yeah. I'm happy she's getting to do some character work. You know me, I love characters. I love character work. All about it. Katie, spit or swallow.
Oh God, sorry. I'm gonna swallow the other women's thing that happened on Dynamite, the trios match, because I love Nyla Rose, Emi Sakura. Fucking Roddy's wife was there, but we don't really care about her. And then, Straplander, our women's champion, my women's champion, Britt Baker, Sheeta. I just like the fact that it was a good match, and Nyla Rose is getting on TV, and I fucking love Nyla. So that's always going to be a swallow when she finally gets a match. So.
And Ruby drops Statlander after the match and stole the TBS title, which brings me to a very big point that I wanted to make. I talked about it, I think, a little bit last week, maybe not. There was a lot of I don't want to see Saraya win the title, even though it's at Wembley in front of her family, in front of her home crowd, and she's, somebody special in wrestling and fucking deserves it. Let's talk about, real quick, for all of those naysayers and doubters, the fact that Toni Storm was in AEW, and Toni Storm did win the interim AEW Women's Championship and didn't really have a character or anything. And after she lost that title, just kind of was existing. Ruby Soho has always just kind of been existing in AEW and not doing anything significant outside of losing to Britt Baker in the Owen Cup at the end of the last Owen Cup last year. And then Saraya shows up and starts this faction, which is the only story for women outside of championships on AEW TV that is putting over and spotlighting women like, oh, I don't know, Sky motherfucking Blue, Willow Nightingale, some of the best women on the roster.
I have a bone to pick with Sky.
You can pick all the bones with Sky. I've got a bone to put in Sky. And it's an her.
I can't.
Here's the deal. Saraya shows up. Say what you want about her wrestling, because AEW is the wrestling company. They're not a sports, whatever. Nobody's that great after having the fucking neck surgery that she had. Nobody comes back as good or better than they were before they left. It is what it is. There's an adjustment. You wrestle different. If they're not wrestling at the rates or the pace that you feel that they need to, maybe you should look at, the surgeries that they have and where they're at and accept them for what the fuck they're doing and what they're bringing to the table, which is getting women focused, because now Toni Storm was actually AEW Women's Champion. Now she has a character. Now she's doing some fun shit. Same thing with Ruby Soho. Two women who were just kind of there because they were good wrestlers but weren't getting TV time every week are now featured in major stories, getting TV time every week in prominent roles, doing things outside of the title as well as with titles. And that, in my personal opinion, is due to your new AEW Women's Champion, Saraya, who deserved to win at All In front of her family.
I wasn't against the win at Wembley. I don't know if I want to give her sole credit for this, but she definitely deserves some.
I mean, everyone existed before she showed up, and they weren't doing this.
That's my issue.
That is a very good issue. That Tony Khan sucks at booking women. However, the common denominator in the fact of what's going on right now is that they added Saraya, because all of that stuff was there and they did nothing with it before she showed up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even that. It's more so the fact that literally every time they bring in a new woman, more than likely from WWE or whatever, they're like, she's going to save the women's division. She's going to do it. She's going to be the best. And maybe, sure, she gets prominent and gets noticed for a year max. And then Tony doesn't do anything with them. Happened to Tony. Happened to Ruby. Happened to everybody. Like, they always bring in someone and they're like, this is going to be the next big thing. And then it is for a short period of time, and then it's nothing.
Yeah, Athena was a big
It's the
name.
women's Athena. Like, it's the women's division that is falling apart because it has no support in it, and that's Tony Khan's fault. And it's fucking. I'm not getting into this.
I agree, because he says things like, "Well, we wanted to honor All In by booking the one women's match that we had at the original All In." Motherfucker, you weren't even at the original All In. You had nothing to do with that. That was without you. You came in after the fact. Neither here nor there.
And the
You
All
can
In
make
card
it a
was
tradition. You can make it a tradition where the women's title match is a fatal 4-way at All In, but
Still have
give
another
us-
women's match.
Yeah, exactly. Still have more.
Oh no! It would have thrown off the vibe of the card. It would have been too much. It would have been rushed. Suck my fucking dick, Tony Khan. I'm so sick of these fucking bookers saying this shit. It's all of them. You can have room for multiple women's matches.
Why are you complaining? Because I put a women's match on All Out too. Just one, but I put one there.
Yeah,
What are we
one.
upset about?
And his bullshit excuse for not putting a second one is because, he wants to see if Billy Starks is going to be cleared for Athena. There are other people who can fucking face her, you dumb bitch. I'm so fucking over it.
You could have Saraya, I don't know, defend the title
that she just won.
God
Exactly.
forbid.
There's
Just
so
put
many
women on
matches that are scheduled for All In that just really are just kind of like head scratchers for me. Like, what's the whole point of having this match? Like having FTR and the Young Bucks versus Bullet Club Gold. I just like that's like something you book for Collision or you book for Dynamite. You don't. That's not a pay-per-view match. I get you want to have like the Bucks and FTR and Bullet Club Gold on the card, but do something better than just a random like an 8-man tag.
Also, the Bucks are not going to get received well in Chicago after all this, which brings me to my last point about this whole subject. But since we're on it, Mr. feared for his life who can't book women because he can't touch women, so he doesn't book them on his show. This is the man that you guys all support. You guys all shit on CM Punk, despite the fact that he can't book any women's matches except for one a night for every show.
for some reason gets like Booker of the Year or something.
Yeah,
That's
And
well,
then-
that's because Dave Meltzer also hates women
And Meltzer also can't touch women, but that's neither here nor there.
or grass. Vince, spit or swallow.
Actually, okay, I'll make this quick. I didn't have anything more, but I have a bone to pick with Sky Blue. She came out at Rampage with a seemed like it was a Chicago flag inspired gear, but the star on her gear was a 5-pointed star and not a Chicago 6-pointed star. And I'm just like,
Oh my god.
what, like, are you from Chicago or are you not from Chicago? Like,
Okay, so theoretically, say she sent a design and she asked for something. She got that back. It's her gear. She's got to wear it, and it's not what she ordered because the person that designed it put a 5-pointed star on there. Is she just supposed to not wear gear then?
I'm sure she has other gear, but at that point, it's like, hey, the fuck, like this isn't what I wanted. You fucked up my gear.
She may or may not have done that.
I don't know. But regardless, like out here rocking Chicago style gear with the wrong kind of star in there. So it's a little nitpick. That's why I didn't want to like put it as an all-out spit or swallow. It's just a nitpick. It didn't bug you if you noticed when you noticed
When did this match happen?
Rampage.
Do I watch Rampage?
Beach
No,
So I did not see it,
Never
so it
watched
did not bother me.
ever in his life.
You know what the best way to not be bothered by stuff is? Don't fucking watch Rampage. That is my advice. Don't watch Rampage.
I don't know. Well, if she wears it again, then it was by design.
I know Hangman wrestled some dude on Rampage that everyone was losing their shit over, but I had no idea who he was, and AEW didn't give me a reason to.
His pants were up to here.
AEW didn't give me a reason to give a fuck about it or promote the guy in any way, shape, or form. So the IWC hype does nothing for me because they hype everybody up.
It was either a TikTok or I saw it on my Twitter feed where it was the voiceover of I think Anthony Bowen saying "Welcome to the House of Ass" to Sky Blue coming out, and I thought in my mind I'm like, oh my god, is Sky Blue joining the Acclaim and having this new faction called the House of Ass? That's gonna be fantastic, and that's the only reason I tuned in. I didn't tune into Rampage. I fast forwarded to whenever Sky Blue was going to be on there, and it wasn't there. It was a fan made video. Yeah, it was an edit.
I'm smelling LA Knight tearing into the Miz on SmackDown. See, Miz may have dressed up like LA Knight and done his thing, but then Miz starts talking shit. LA Knight comes out and he says one of my favorite things that I've ever heard anyone say to the Miz. Send my wife your regards. Tomorrow, she will be empty inside, but if she calls me, we can fix that problem. Yeah. Man said he was going to fuck Maurice after fucking up Miz. I don't blame him a bit.
I also wish I could fuck Maurice, but here we are.
Miz says he crushes hopes and dreams, but clearly not pussy. And after tomorrow, he's going to send LA Knight back to 03, living in some roach-infested apartment, dreaming of being a WWE superstar, which he already is. So how'd that go, Miz? Did it go good for you? It's probably going good for Maurice right now.
Does that mean we're transitioning over to Payback finally?
Yeah. No, I got one more swallow from SmackDown. Two actually, but they're small. Katie, do you have anything?
Well, kind of going back to Sky Blue. I'm swallowing the fact that there were out of the Raw, NXT, Dynamite, SmackDown, right? Out of the 5 wrestling shows that most people watch, 3 were women's main events: Raw, NXT, and Rampage. It was Sky Blue and Willow. That is the first time in God knows how fucking long that has been multiple women's main events in a week, and it's not a lot, but I'll take it as a win.
I agree, but I also feel like Tony is putting these women's matches in the main events on these shows to kind of be like, shut the fuck up, not because he's like, but I put him in the main event as opposed to I gave more than one women's match show.
No, see, again, Tony Khan can personally fight me. If he's afraid of CM Punk, he'll be more afraid of me. Because I will, never mind.
All right.
It pisses me off.
Last two swallows from SmackDown. Bobby putting the entire roster on notice, having the Street Profits officially join him. There was a little bit of, I wasn't sure where Montez was going with that, but then they sided with Bobby. It's official. We have a faction, and I'm all for it. Can't wait to hear what the official name is.
Oh, yeah. I wonder what it will be.
Street Business, Hurt Profits. What are we doing here?
The
Almighty Prophets. The Almighty Prophets.
The Almighty Prophets. And last but certainly not least, ladies and gentlemen, Shotzi motherfucking Blackheart defeats Bailey. The Tank was back. Shotzi looked great. Commentary was talking about how great she looked. Io and Dakota tried to cheat. And for the first time in my life, I was happy to see Charlotte Flair because she came down to the ring. She took out Io. She missed Dakota, but Dakota fell anyway because it's Charlotte. And of course, she missed the kick.
Because she fucking sucks.
Makes the save. Shotzi gets the win. And Katie, that is all that fucking matters. That is all that matters.
Shotzi got the win by herself because Charlotte can't clearly do her fucking job.
She did not get the win by herself.
Stupid.
She was overwhelmed by three women.
Bitch.
I get it. Been there.
Charlotte
three
came
women at one time can be a lot.
And helped out Shotzi.
She's just gonna use Shotzi and
she did a good thing. And when she does, we'll spit her. We'll fuck her. We'll spit her like Andrade. But until then, props to Charlotte Flair for saving my girl Shotzi and getting the win over Bailey on SmackDown.
Shotzi could have done it herself.
She couldn't. She wasn't. Not everyone can handle three women at one time, Katie. I'm trying to tell you. It's not easy.
When it happens, I'll let you know. But, like, Shotzi didn't even get the chance to defend herself from all three. They popped up on the fucking apron, and
when you just get attacked by three women at once, you just not really preparing for it. You just kind of have to take it on as is.
She didn't even get the chance.
No one's ever ready for it. No one ever has the chance.
That's what I'm saying. She didn't even get an opportunity.
But she took it. She took advantage of it.
Fuck Charlotte.
She embraced it. You know what she did get, though? She got payback. She got payback on Bailey. And we got payback tonight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a long time since Smackin It Raw, the show, has officially done a pay-per-view recap. But now that we're on Saturday nights, get used to it because it's probably going to happen more often than not going forward with the way that they're doing pay-per-views and dropping them on Saturdays. Travis and I used to do them. Vince was doing Spit or Swallow for a little while, and then I don't know what happened. He got busy or he got a boner, and that was more important to take care of.
Well, I always was under the impression that I was going to live stream them to YouTube, and then they eventually be made into like video episodes, either on Pornhub or on YouTube, and there'd just be the live streams, and there'd be a few times where my episode didn't get uploaded, so I'm just like, why am I going to keep doing it if I'm just going to live stream it? I'll just talk about the pay-per-view on Get Show, because it just felt redundant, because like the Spit or Swallow team was the Get Show podcast team, and we're already talking about the pay-per-view.
So what you're saying is you got an official offer from Get Show and said, fuck Spit or Swallow. I'm gonna do that now.
That's exactly what you're saying.
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard.
It's
which is okay. I get it.
It's easier to do Get Show than it is to
earlier in your career. You got an official offer from Smackin It Raw and said fuck Smack Raw. Like been there, done that. I understand. If it works out better for you, you do you, boo boo. I'm not mad at you. I'm happy for you. However, we're gonna run down Payback, and then we'll do kind of old school. I'll tell you guys what happened, then we'll Spit or Swallow. Becky defeats Trish in a cage match. Trish slaps Zoe after the match. Zoe says, fuck this, closes the cage door, and drops Trish Stratus. Also, side note, Tiffany apologized to Becky for calling her a former champion and then rubbed in the fact that Becky never won the NXT Women's Champion. And Becky may have said, maybe I'll be seeing you soon. So we might be seeing that over there on the thing in NXT, which I'm all for.
Yeah.
Becky, Trish, opening cage match, Spit or Swallow.
It was
swallow.
incredible. There were many a time where I thought Trish was going to die. Especially, I don't remember how far into the match it was. I think it was more towards the end when they were up at the top and her legs were on the inside, but then she fell to the outside.
Oh my God.
I was like, I'm about to have a heart attack. I got scared, but it was great. everything, like, just starting with the cage match was incredible.
Yes.
B, like, now that feud is done, people can stop complaining that the feud is done.
Hopefully.
No, it is. They even said it in the interview with Becky. She's like, well, now that you're done with Trish Stratus, because now Trish and Zoe are going to have a thing, and that's good for Zoe.
And Becky and Tiffy are going to have a thing.
I think Trish is gone after this. I don't think we see her back.
See, okay. She did, after Zoe gave her the Z3 and beat her ass, cage went up, Trish went to the end of the stage, and she did her bow. So I don't necessarily know what that means.
Okay.
I think it was a way to get a little rub on Zoe as well on her way out, because I really do feel like she's done. Like,
I think she could still go for a little bit. Go until Fastlane. That's like next month.
I just think she's done. She came, did her job, got paid, stuck around longer than she was originally planned on sticking around. Let her take a little bit of sabbatical and let her come back later on and do a different program with someone else. But I think she served her purpose here.
I love a woman who comes doing her job and getting paid. Speaking of women coming, doing their job and getting paid, John Cena, the host of Payback, shows up, says, you know what? I'm going to make myself special guest referee, that is, for LA Knight and The Miz. Miz takes issue with this. He's bitching and crying. You can't just make yourself special guest referee. And he's like, well, help me out. You hosted some shows. Like, what would you do? He's like, well, you need to be more involved, dress the part, take charge. And John Cena's like, so be the special guest referee. Then there's Nose, and then there's Yaz, and then there's Nose, and then there's Yaz, and then there's motherfucking LA Knight and John Cena in a striped shirt, dressing the part, taking charge, special guest referee. Miz loses to LA Knight, and at the end, I had a little heart attack, because I remember there was a point in time where a man that I love deeply reached his hand out to LA Knight to shake it and got slapped by LA Knight. So when John stuck his hand out for a handshake, I know we got babyface LA Knight now, and I like it, but part of me is like, are you going to slap John Cena too? Right here in Pittsburgh in front of Katie, live on TV?
In front of me?
You going to do that shit? And he didn't. They shook hands. The segment and the match, Miz versus LA Knight, John Cena, special guest referee, spit or swallow.
I'm going to gargle it for the simple fact that I like LA Knight. I love John Cena being there. I loved everything prior to the match itself. As much as I hate to admit it, I just didn't really care so much for the in-ring action from LA Knight and The Miz. I think I've just admitted to myself, I was talking to this with my siblings while we were watching the pay-per-view. I think it's just like I enjoy The Miz outside the ring. I like his promo work. I like the character work, but his in-ring matches, I don't care for it. There's nothing in them that just make me think, oh my God, I can't wait for this Miz match. Or, oh my God, this Miz match was so good. The last Miz match that I really was emotionally invested in and cared about was when he defended the title successfully against Dolph Ziggler back on Backlash, like 2016 or whatever year it was.
So I think that emotionally invested in when Bray Wyatt popped into Mrs. Baby's bedroom and then they had a match over that.
No, I didn't really care. I didn't really care.
John Cena, Maurice, Nikki, John Cena thing.
Didn't really care. I cared about the outside stuff, but once it came to the ringing the bell behind into the ropes, I didn't care about anything The Miz does. Okay. And it felt like a foregone conclusion that LA Knight was going to win. And also, too, John, aside for the times where he broke up the 5 count so that neither wrestler would get disqualified, kind of felt like a referee that faded to the background, which I enjoyed and I liked, but it also made this feel like a regular generic singles match between the two. They probably should have just happened on the SmackDown or a Raw.
If you want to watch a special referee match where the referee doesn't fade to the background, Starrcade 1998, Scott Hall, Larry Zbyszko, Bret Hart, special guest referee. That'll fuck you up. Because it's right after the Montreal Screwjob. Trust me, it's gonna fuck you up.
Text me the match because I'm gonna forget the details about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a gargle for me because the pre-match stuff swallow. The result swallow. The post-match stuff swallow. The actual in-ring work, I'm gonna gargle it. It wasn't terrible. I'm not gonna swallow it down my throat.
Cater tot.
I'm swallowing it. John
Down your
Cena. I'm not saying all that. John Cena just being there, immediate swallow, because that's my guy. LA Knight just being one of the most over people of the night in person. Again, I don't know how anything sounds via TV, but he was one of the most over people, and that was the first time I got to see him wrestle. So like, I was about it. It was cool. I also had a mini heart attack thinking he was going to beat the shit out of John Cena. Because I was like, please no. Please
Not
no.
in front of me.
Not in front of me. Not in front of me and my RC Cola, because they don't have fucking on-brand stuff.
Wait, they had RC Cola?
Wait,
Yeah, they
at
have
the
RC
PP Paint Arena, they don't have on-brand
PPG.
PP Paint Arena.
Stop.
I might go just for the
PPG.
RC Cola.
Yeah, they have
I
fucking RC Cola.
Specifically heard Michael Cole say the PP Paint Arena,
No, there's a G.
and I'm all for the PP Paint Arena.
And I am the G. It's me.
You are the G. Certified.
Yeah, swallow.
Speaking of loving, Vince loves Rey Mysterio. Do we love Rey Mysterio defeating Austin Theory in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch sponsored United States title match?
Hold on. I got a lot of things to say about this. One, this is the second time in Ray's career that a match has been sponsored by Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I did not get Sol Ruca as the Cinnamon Toast Crunch mascot this time, so a little disappointed. Also, the crowd at one point chanted, "We want cereal," so that should just tell you what they thought about the match. It was there. It happened. I mean, Rey Mysterio is always cool to see, especially because I think the last time I saw him, I was young, because I don't think the last time when he had a match. So I mean, that's nostalgia right there. So that's cool, but I just don't care. And again, why the Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Yeah, I need like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch mask, where it comes out just a square head.
I need everyone in LWO to dress up as different Cinnamon Toast Crunch like faces.
So, from what I heard, is that Ray actually does have like a sponsorship thing with Cinnamon Toast Crunch, or he does get like commission from Cinnamon Toast Crunch because they had like those special edition like Rey Mysterio Cinnamon Toast Crunch like boxes or like special editions or whatever. That's the Rey Mysterio, like the giant Cinnamon Toast Crunch, was like a wrestling mask thing. I don't know. It was like a collaboration with Rey Mysterio or whatever, right?
Clearly, you and I are not eating enough Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Katie.
I fucking love Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I don't remember that shit at all.
Anyways,
I think we need to eat more Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
that's probably what it is. So that's what I heard. That's supposedly what's the reasoning behind it. Two, I will say, the match itself, I didn't quite care for it as much. Although there were moments in there that just made me really sit back and think. I'm like, God damn, this man is like what, 47? He's moving so fast.
Yep.
I'd be out here huffing and puffing after the first time I hit the ropes. Like, how the fuck does he do it? How the fuck does he do it? This is the first time
huffing and puffing, trying to check people out at a gas station. He doesn't do it for a living.
So I like the gear. It was the first time I've ever seen Rey Mysterio with like full on black with everything minus like the LWO logo on the side of his left pant.
His logo was the LWO, but they were wearing PW, the Pussy World Order shirts.
Yeah,
stop it.
That should be the
Pussy
title.
popping like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Ew.
I guess we Christmas with the snap crackle popping that pussy. Anyway,
yeah, but Rey Mysterio beating Theory, I'm swallowing the result. The match it was whatever. I don't really care for Theory either. And for me personally, it felt like a foregone conclusion that Rey was going to retain because in my mind, it made no logical sense to take the title off of Theory, to put it on Ray, just to have Ray drop it right back to Theory, not even a month later. Like, I know Ray's going to be a transitional champion. He's not going to drop that title until Bobby Lashley challenges for a championship and he destroys Rey Mysterio. Like, I love Ray, but he's going to be the first victim to Bobby Lashley's new faction.
Just another victim. Speaking of things that don't make any sense, we had a Steel City street fight because people in Pittsburgh steal, but nobody stole anything in this match except for maybe the Judgment Day stealing a win.
Bro,
Earned the win. Earned the win.
Oh, hold on. Listen.
They rose to victory.
Chill. Stop sucking the Judgment Day dick for a second, because this was a tag team match between one Damian Priest and one Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And yes, it was no DQ, so they didn't technically cheat. However, it took KO and Sami beating off Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, Dominic Mysterio, and JD McDonough, all to still lose their tag team titles to the Judgment Day. They had to beat off 4 dudes and 1 chick. Of course they weren't going to win. After that, who could have the stamina to finish the match? No one. I'd like to see you beat off 4 dudes and 1 girl and have the stamina to finish, Vince. Spit or swallow, new tag team champions, the Judgment Day.
Go first. You're already sucking their dick. Go ahead.
I'm swallowing. All rise with the Judgment Day. They walked out with all the gold that they were supposed to walk away with. They're the undisputed tag champions. Hopefully this mends a little bit of the tension that Damian Priest and Vince had. Shout out to Dominic Mysterio. I'll get more into it when we talk about Rhea. But that man was the MVP of Judgment Day. He's out here taking bums, out here saving lives. He's the reason they won the championship. He came in with the briefcase, knocked out Sami Zayn, and then instinctively Finn rolled over and got the pin. I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but Dom brought the tag titles to Finn, and Finn was like, wait, we won the titles. That man was so out cold. He didn't even try to pin Sami intentionally. And the fact that Sami was the one that took the pin, fucking beautiful. Love Kevin Owens though. Fucking like that. Why am I drawing a blank on the name of the move? But when he dove off from the Swanton, thank you. When he dove off,
it's not a memorable move from a memorable wrestler, so we can just move on.
No, exactly. You can excuse why I forget it so easily, right?
Donut roll off the top.
Fucking fantastic. And Dom took it. I felt bad for Dom and I felt bad for KO because it looked like KO landed on his butt.
I didn't feel bad for Dom. He deserved it.
Dom. The only thing Dom deserves is more success in life.
He's picking on fat people. That's what he gets. Love me some Kevin Owens.
But the match was fantastic. The match was fucking fantastic. It was the best match of the card.
2 best spots. Sami catching a steel trash can to the cocksucker via Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley just fucking pouncing on Kevin Owens through the barricade. She pounded him into the barricade.
Yeah.
Like mommy should.
Pound me.
Never been more jealous of Kevin Owens in a barricade ever in my entire life.
Now that's the threesome I never thought I'd see.
Overall, I'm gargling, but I'm swallowing specific things in the match. Like Jesus said, them popping up with Penguins jerseys, 2 of the most memorable players of the Penguins too, which I was told that spot was going to happen, and it still brought me.
Are the Penguins from Pittsburgh?
Yes, Pittsburgh Penguins.
Okay.
Multiple time hockey NHL winners.
I mean, they're not the Chicago Blackhawks, but I'm sure they're good.
We're better than the Blackhawks, actually.
Nobody's better than the Blackhawks. Thank you very much.
Look at the record. It's fine. But they popped up in the jerseys. They did a whole ass hockey fight. They dropped the fucking gloves. They beat the shit out of Dom. Kev popping up with the bloody face, the swanton. Just fucking trash cans getting tossed at people. The spot where Finn had the trash can on him and they were just beating the shit out of him with kendo sticks.
That powerbomb to JD on the table.
Listen, that table did not fucking give the entire night. I was like, God damn. But you know what? His George Lopez looking ass deserved it. Like, fuck you and your big ass head. Don't get involved in their business.
The
Stupid
more
ass.
and more I see JD on Monday Night Raw involved
I
in
hate
JD stuff, the more I love him and the more I want him to actually join.
So Katie's selectively swallowing, overall gargling.
Yes.
Just a little bit here and there as she gargles.
Mhm.
Waller effect with Cody. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I wasn't paying attention until Cody stood up and said the newest member of Monday Night Raw.
Oh, give him a second.
Until Cody said newest member of Monday Night Raw, main event Jey Uso, which by the way I take issue with because there is no brand split. He's just Jey Uso on Raw. Like it's not newest member of the Monday Night. There's no brand split. Stop saying shit like that. Stop it. Also, Waller got dropped by Jey Uso for talking shit because Waller was wallering. But everything before that, I couldn't give a shit about Waller. I love Cody, and I still couldn't give a shit. So
I went and actually took a shit while this was happening. So
Wow, that's information we didn't need to know. When I tell you, I let out a visceral scream when Jey Uso showed up. I was not expecting that in any way, shape, or form. I love the theme. He took Jimmy completely out of the fucking theme. He said, no, fuck this. You're not even my brother anymore. It's my theme now. The words are different. It did take me a second to realize. Just a little bit. But I love Jey Uso and the fact that he's going to be on Raw now, which could possibly, I don't know how true, if it even ends up happening, maybe Cody goes to SmackDown in his place.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
And that starts the whole finish the story.
That whole idea.
I'm swallowing that idea too.
I mean, it doesn't matter. They can just do whatever the fuck they want because they don't honor brand splits. But
well, yeah, the brand split's not even real. But like in this reality of it possibly being a thing, this could be a trade, and I think it's a pretty good trade. Now I get Jey Uso on Monday nights and Cody Rhodes possibly on SmackDown.
I think it's an uneven trade if you're looking at it in terms of like
it's person for a person.
I know
both guys wrestled Roman Reigns and lost, so
they're both main event.
Main event Jey Uso.
Cody Rhodes is the bigger star compared to Jey.
Debatable. Honestly debatable. I will say that. No, I will say honestly debatable.
No, it's not even a debate, in my personal opinion. But that's my opinion, and my opinion alone. Going back to what you were saying about it, I didn't personally care. I thought it was a little confusing as to why the fuck Cody Rhodes was the one to announce that Jey Uso was the newest member of the Raw roster. I thought it made no sense.
Because he's Cody Rhodes.
Because I don't know, it made no sense. Like I know that the whole point of having the Grayson Waller effect and having Cody be the special guest was only just to have an excuse to have Cody on the show because they didn't have any feud or match built up for him. And, you know, they're just kind of biding their time till they do whatever it is that they're going to do with Cody. So that's all it was. So I'm going to go ahead and gargle it. I haven't listened to the lyrics per se from the new Jey Uso theme song, but it didn't feel like as smooth as the original Usos lyrics. So,
I mean, it's not completely different. It's just one part is different from what it sounded like. Somebody tweeted it. Let me see if I can find it.
I have to take a look at it, but right now I'm gonna gargle it right now. But Jimmy definitely has the better theme song right now.
We love seed planting. Plants all the seeds.
Stop it.
Giving us the best average for women's matches, 2 out of 5 matches on a pay-per-view as opposed to any other company. Our second women's match of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, Rhea Ripley defending honestly, regardless of whether you claim her or not, a fantastic fucking match, in my opinion, over Raquel Gonzalez. It was a damn good match. I enjoyed the shit out of it.
It was the worst match on the card. It's a terrible match.
Disagree.
I would also disagree.
Nah, it was a terrible match. Like I felt like Raquel was like literally.
Why do you love everything I hate and hate everything I love?
You don't like good shit.
I would throw that back your way and tell you to reevaluate yourself, but continue.
Well, then again, I like you and you like me, so who really has the better taste?
Debatable at this point.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm spitting the match. I didn't really like it. I didn't really care. I thought it was too long at a certain point. I'm like Reek agreed with me.
We gave women too much time. Is that what we just said?
the match was like, it's not about the gender of the competitors. It was just like the match just went too long. It was not a good match. If it was a good match, by all means, give it all the time. The women the women kicked off in the steel cage match. That was one of the longer matches on the card, and it was fucking fantastic. But if a match is terrible, I don't want it to continue for more than it should. Like in this case, it should have been that one. I wouldn't have been mad if it was 5 minute squash, because it was just that bad. I didn't really care for Raquel. I didn't care for the match. I'm glad Rhea got the win, and I'm glad hopefully we move on from Raquel.
So either me and Katie were just mesmerized by Rhea the entire time, or you were just overly biased for your hate of Raquel. One of the two.
Rake agrees that match wasn't it. Jesus also said we must have watched different matches. No fault of Rhea. Like, Jesus wasn't feeling it. Like, everyone in the room was not feeling the match. Like, no one in the room cared. Everyone was on their phone. Like, after a certain point,
I was into it.
Yeah.
I was into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it's just the Rhea factor. Maybe we were blinded by Rhea.
Probably.
It's just, I've seen what the Lord can do for others. I'm not asking for a lot. Just once. I'm right there. I didn't get to sit on the chair that had Rhea's face on it. Disrespectful. I got to witness all of Rhea in her glory. And no. It was great. I loved it.
All right. Main event, Seth Rollins, Shinsuke Nakamura. Seth retains in best match of the night, in my opinion.
I still think it was the tag team street fight that was the best match.
You can think that. Like I said, in my opinion, best match of the night. I prefer singles matches. I prefer not having a bunch of fuckheads involved in a title match, just running roughshod, even though it was fun, for a match, which is why I said best match of the night. And they tore it down. They played into Seth's busted back. To answer Katie's question, it ended with Seth kind of sitting there looking in pain, holding the title.
Oh, okay. So what happened that you guys didn't get to see, which they'll probably end up doing a fucking like.
They shared it already online.
Did they?
Yeah, it's an exclusive. You totally called it.
Of course it is. Like it always is. Seth was walking up the ramp, and Shinsuke just beats the shit out of him and throws him into the what's it called? Like the LED screens in the back, like where they come through. And like they just had to like separate him, so it's definitely not over.
Did he knock a monitor over onto Triple H, and then he felt like he was in fear for his life?
Yeah.
No.
100%.
It was Adam Pearce and a bunch of refs. I don't know. I didn't see any other producers, I don't think. But
Shinsuke Nakamura getting fired next week after an investigation?
No, he's suspended pending the results of the investigation.
There is no investigation. It's fine. It was still in a setting where it could have happened. It's fine. It wasn't backstage. It was on the ramp.
Honestly, I was thinking Damian Priest was going to come out and cash in, and I was going to be like, please don't fucking ruin this.
People were like we want Damian. I was like, who the fuck is we? I don't.
I didn't
Not
either.
tonight.
I didn't either. No, they went out and celebrated. No, it was not the time nor the place to do this. It's okay. It's okay. He doesn't have to come out for he doesn't have to be a factor in every single championship match. Edge wasn't when he was the Money in the Bank, and he is the greatest Money in the Bank holder in the history of the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Minus CM Phil, I agree.
I thought Edge did it better than Punk.
I'm sure.
I mean, Dolph Ziggler was kind of cool too.
Cody Rhodes lunch at Triple H while shouting, "You want to? What do you want to talk about?"
That was a good one. That's a good one.
I don't know if you would call it like video package or just like the beginning of Shinsuke's like before his theme hit. That was so well done. I saw you ask Benji.
I'm just gonna say it was illustrated by Benji Calavera. Whether it was or not, go check out his work because I'm pretty sure he did.
Benji Calavera.
I wasn't like I didn't know what they were gonna do, but I wasn't expecting that, and I filmed the whole thing like that. That was
Fantastic.
fucking incredible. It was beautifully shot.
I was looking for a
Beautifully
screen
done.
grab of that and used that for the thumbnail because it was so cool.
So we all swallowing that match though.
Oh yeah, the
Fuck
finish
yeah.
was smooth as fuck. Where he kicked out from like what was it like the bridge pin. I don't have names of moves. It's late. I'm sleepy. But he was pinning Seth. Seth escaped the pin, and then like Shinsuke was like, "Where did he go?" And then boom, curb stomp. Fucking fantastic. Great. I thought he was gonna kick out, but
best show of the week, Payback.
Baby, Pittsburgh. Woo hoo hoo.
well, yeah. If we're counting Payback, then yeah, it's Payback hands down.
Well,
But
I
if
was a
wouldn't have
show.
asked Payback if we weren't counting Payback, Vince.
It was a show. It happened. I was there.
We're covering it. It counts.
well, PLEs are cut above the rest of the weekly.
Not
show.
all the time.
True.
I don't think all that
SummerSlam
will
was
be.
not it.
SummerSlam was ass. I was there for that too.
Can I
Payback
ask
was
you guys
better
a
than
question?
SummerSlam.
Because this was a question we were all asking each other after the pay per view. It's like, Payback was a solid B level pay per view, but it was definitely better than SummerSlam. And I'm like,
Yes.
we all agreed. I'm like, oh yeah, hands down better than SummerSlam.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I was-
best show of the week.
I was there for both. Not even like excluding all the bullshit I had to deal with. The card was just better. Like Payback kicked SummerSlam's ass.
I will
Continues that
also
Also,
say,
fuck Detroit.
I will say that a lot of people were like, oh, this is the card. There was like, they weren't as overhyped for this pay per view. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, like it's going to be a decent show, and then superseded everyone's expectations. I feel like, I think that's what it had in its favor as well. Yeah.
Like, oh, this card, that's it. That's 6 matches. That's it, or however fucking many. Like, yeah, don't hype it up because then it's gonna blow you out of the fucking water, and y'all are gonna be upset that you didn't hype it up as much. So,
I'd rather have 6 solid matches than 9 matches and make that shit longer than 4 hours.
Hey Vince, if people wanted to blow you out of the water, where would they find you on social media?
It would be at SCSVince on Instagram and Twitter. The link tree in my bio takes you to all the content I do, including Straight Talk and Smackin It Raw and Get Yo Podcast. Check out the latest episode of Get Yo Podcast at Get Yo Podcast on the Twitter and on Instagram. The link tree there will take you to everything we did there. We did a little Bray Wyatt / WWE merch sweaty sessions. So there was that. Check that out. We're going to be doing more sweaty sessions. Check that out. We're going to be doing episode 50 of Straight Talk coming up hopefully next weekend. So stay tuned for the final episode.
Woohoo! Katie, plug yourself for everyone.
You can follow me on Twitter at KatieRasson13. The link tree in my bio to take you all things She Leads Showcase, twitch.tv/She Showcase, and youtube.com/She Showcase. Typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern. You can watch the playbacks, not the paybacks, the playbacks on YouTube after the fact. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts if you want to listen. The Patreon is up. Surprise. We also have a Patreon. Filming the exclusive podcast for September next week with some people that you guys may know. I won't say anything until it actually drops.
Boo.
But
Dum-dum.
so sorry. Yeah, dun. But we got that set up, going. Latest episode, Bray tribute. I did cry. I held out so strong till the very end. But it did. But it's there if you want to go check that out and meet Savannah and I talk about Bray. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I do. The payback vlog will be up. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see how I feel. But there's a lot of stuff. Go check it out.
And as always, you can follow me at Matt Ritter and at Getting Off on X and X only. Matt Ritter is for your wrestling content. Getting Off is for your horror content. You can also follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at Smackin It Raw. For the Pornhub Poppy, the host of the She Leads Showcase, and the Warden Matt Ritter, I myself. This has been the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub. I know Vince has got to bounce.
Yeah, I was falling asleep halfway through there. I don't know if you guys paid attention or not, but I was just kind of like spacing out. And I'm just like,
I thought you were just mad because you hate good stuff and like bad stuff. So.
No, I'm just fucking tired.
All right, well, go get. I appreciate you hanging out. Go get some sleep, and you got a month off coming up, so you'll get all rested and be back.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I've thought about it. I don't think I'm gonna come back with anything else except for just doing Smackin' It Raw and Get Show. I think I'm done podcasting solo.
You about gave me a heart attack when you said I don't think I'm coming back there for a second. I'm
I was like, wow, an exclusive on the post show?
I don't think I'm coming back at all, guys. Fuck you. It's been fun. This is my last show. Peace. Sick of Matt shitting on everything I like.
I quit.
Shook.
I quit. Fire me.
Fired.
Matt, are you in fear for your life?
Yeah.
On the post show of Smackin' It Raw, I was in fear for my life, so we regrettably had to let Vince go. We had a panel of people get together, and they all agreed that Vince should no longer be with us, and it was ultimately my decision, and I decided that Vince had to go.
I was
after he requested his release. Yeah, Katie was
fired with cause, so I don't get a severance pay.
Fired with cause, absolutely.
Yeah.
Real quick, because I remembered. The Xavier Woods thing when I talked about him catching the chair to the cockpit.
Now, is this something that can be said on the post show, or is this
It's absolutely something that can be said on the post show because it's going to get cut, and no one's really there. Somebody's watching right now, but I was just going to say maybe it was a little bit of karma for the way he fucked up Paige's spine.
Matthew,
he knows like.
Lexi, what you doing?
There you go.
It's lunged at Matt, shouting "Daddy's home, Matt." But that's why I didn't say it on the episode. I stopped myself on the episode.
See, I'm glad it was. Oh, Justin's also. I'm glad it wasn't where my mind went.
I'm not sure where.
Mine go to Big E.
No.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were gonna say something about me.
Oh no, it was not
title.
Me.
It was not.
Title, thumbnail. What we doing? Did we set
Brokeback Champ got 2 votes in the chat.
Brokeback Champ got 2 votes. However, if you want to do House of Ass, as long as there is a beautiful ass on the thumbnail, I will concede. Whatever works best for you.
No. I'm okay with that. I downloaded pictures from Payback, and it was mostly just Judgment Day, Seth. And I still have the picture of Xavier Woods getting knocked the fuck out.
You could literally put Xavier Woods catching a chair to the dome with the Brokeback Champ because his spine's all fucked up.
Also, downloaded a picture of Trish stretching Becky out in the steel cage.
Oh, I love watching Becky get stretched.
So that was the leading contender.
Okay.
Other than that, it's going to be Judgment Day. Be all right for the Judgment Day. Just text it to me because I'm
champ in that group.
Huh?
So there's not a Brokeback champ in that group.
Rhea's the champ.
Yeah.
She breaks backs, but she ain't Brokeback. Anyway.
Okay. All right. Just text it to me so I don't forget in the morning and I don't have to bug you about what we had said. I'm going to go to bed and I'll work on it in the morning.
Okay.
All right. Good night, guys.
Peace.
And then there were 2.
Dose. And I'm not going to be on long because it's Zoe's birthday tomorrow, so I got to get up and like
party tomorrow. Is there a theme?
Do all that. Gabby's Dollhouse.
I do know what that is. One of my nieces likes that.
Well, she loves that and Paw Patrol, and we asked her like 3 times, and she picked Gabby's Dollhouse all 3 times. But originally, she said she wanted Paw Patrol, so.
I mean, I thought she was real big into Bluey.
Dude, it changes every couple months. Like there was Bluey there for a while, but I think that was mostly like she enjoyed it, but me and Kate enjoyed it more.
It's a great fun
Mickey's Clubhouse, Mickey's Funhouse, Super Kitties was big for a little while. She loved doing Super Kitties.
Okay.
Now she's very much Paw Patrol, Pupstruction, Gabby's Dollhouse. There's also some weird show on like fucking Hulu or something with these kids called like Diana or something like that. I don't know. It was fucking weird, and I did not enjoy watching it. She also went through like a Coco Melon Bebe Fin, which are basically the same fucking show. So
No, fuck off.
Fancy Nancy, which annoys the shit out of me, was a thing for a little bit too. She's got Fancy Nancy books.
No, that one I don't know. The majority of them I know because I have 2 nieces, so I've lived the life. But Bluey is so fucking good.
It really is.
That
And
people
last year's birthday was Bluey / Spidey themed. So and Mickey. It was like a combination. It was like a Disney Junior themed.
there you go.
A little bit of everything. So this year's Gabby's Dollhouse.
John Cena's newest shirt is Bluey themed.
If you follow me personally on social, if I know you and I allow you to follow me, you may see me in Gabby Dollhouse cat ears taking pictures with my daughter. So
I just want that. I just need that picture.
we'll talk.
I can just ask Kate. I'm like, hey, Kate.
If she doesn't post it on her IG, which she probably will.
She probably will.
Also, my brother-in-law and Kate's best friend are outside the office sleeping down here, and I'm probably keeping them up just doing the podcast because they're going to help set up in the morning and get shit done. So
what time is the party tomorrow?
It's at 2 PM, but like we have to get up. I have to get all the food ready, and
I get it. I've done my
so it
first
wakes up in like 5 hours generally, 4.5.
I also, I'm going to see Talk to Me at like 10 tomorrow night. So I'm like,
Kate's best friend Danny was here. She went and saw it. She realized, she goes, "Have you seen it yet?" I'm like, "Dude, I got a kid. Like, trust me, I'd love to just go see movies whenever the fuck I want to." But
I was like, I want to do something. I haven't taken myself on a movie date in a while. And like nothing is really like out. Like The Nun comes out next weekend, and obviously I'm gonna go see that.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I've made plans for that. I got a babysitter for that.
I'll just find a time myself an extra ticket from Cinemark because I get a ticket every month. Best thing I've ever paid for. But I was like, you know, I'm gonna go to the movies. But the only time the showing is at 10:20 p.m. So I'm buying All Out mainly for Savannah and I'm making her pay me half. And I'll watch maybe some of it. And then I'm gonna go to the movies, come out, and it's gonna be nobody fucking outside. It's gonna be a scary time, but you know what? I'm excited. It's been a while. So that's what I get to do tomorrow. And I'm on Will's show. But I think it's at like 5.
Friday, Bray Wyatt tattoo. Saturday, our friend's son's birthday. Sunday, The Nun.
Nice. So are we doing getting off Sunday night then?
It all depends on if, I mean, we might not do a review of The Nun 2, but Conjuring something. We'll talk to, I mean, Jess is here, so Jess can let us know. We'll talk to Jess. We'll talk to Reek. We'll talk to Will, because I know Will's all in on that. So
all in it.
We'll get it. And we'll at least do something Conjuring, and then after everyone gets up with The Nun, we'll do a Nun 2 review. I
fucking love the Conjuring universe.
So
more than I like most things. And Matthew Lillard will be here in December. So now I have to go to Steel City Con so I can meet my favorite person. I don't know how much it's going to be. I have to save money. But, like, I saw that him and David Arquette, it's mainly for Matthew Lillard, but, like, David Arquette's going to be there too. I'm so excited. I need December to come, like, now. December, like, 8th. I'm so excited. I get to meet Matthew Lillard. I'm happy. Sorry.
I hear he's really nice, so you should have a good time.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna leave you to your own devices, Katie. You have a lovely Labor Day weekend.
Thanks. It's not like I won't talk to you. Or anything.
Maybe not. I'm gonna be busy tomorrow. Who knows what happens on Monday? I'm probably not going to be on social media all day tomorrow, mostly just because I don't want to read any more shit about CM Punk. But like, I'm not watching All Out, so I got no reason to be there for any of it. So
That's fair.
Yep.
You gonna end the? Please don't.
Bye, everybody.
God damn it.